welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Amber Rose, also known as the Religious Hippie. You can basically follow me on any social media platform, and don't forget to check out my official website at thereligioushippie.com. Hello. Good morning. It is currently, I don't have my watch on me. It is, gosh, I don't even know what time it is. It's early. Just take my word for it. It is early. So today we are going to be making 3 of my favorite iced coffee recipes. As you guys know, I do not drink hot coffee unless it's dire circumstances and there's no other options. Even then, I will usually opt for something else that has caffeine in it, like tea. But, you know, whatever. So technically, I usually just wing it when it comes to my iced coffee recipes. I usually get them from offline, and then I just like tweak them how I like them. So that's what we're doing today. I'm just gonna tell you guys the recipes that I have, because I printed them off because I forgot what they were. And I'm like, am I even doing these right? Am I telling you guys the right thing? Anyways, and so I printed them off so that I can follow them, and then I can tell you the alterations I make to them. And one of those coffees, of course, is my signature oat milk honey latte that you guys always see in my days in my life. So today, that is what we're doing. So the first coffee we're going to make today involves 1 cup of cold brew iced coffee. You can make cold brew literally just by mixing the grounds and water together and letting it sit overnight and then draining the grounds out in the morning. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, sometimes I'm too lazy to do that, so I will literally just brew coffee and then just put it in the fridge overnight and voila. The next thing you're gonna need is 1/4 cup of honey and then 1/4 cup of warm water. The warm water is just to help the honey dissolve, so it kind of makes like a simple syrup. Super helpful. And then this recipe, for some reason, is calling for 2 cups of milk. I only put in 1 cup of milk because, you know, and also I'm lactose intolerant, so all of my recipes have either oat milk or almond milk in them. If you guys don't like oat milk or almond milk, power to you. I'm glad that one of us can have dairy, despite the fact I still eat ice cream, but shh. But those are our ingredients, and let's make the coffee. You guys know what I just realized? It says 2 cups of milk, literally because it's for 4 servings. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I make it. That was the recipe. I'll link it below for you guys. I'm sure there's a way you can only make 1, but I'm just gonna make this the way that I make it. Hi, Peter. No, wait, that's socks. Never mind. So first, I have my mason jar full of ice, of course. And then it's iced coffee, duh. I will take my oat milk. This is the one that I get. It's the Chobani oat, extra creamy. I think it tastes the best, to be honest. And as someone who can't have dairy, I would like something that tastes decent. Now, I'm not gonna put a ton in because I am going to froth it with my little frother gadget here. I just think frothing it makes it look super cute, and I'm all about that. We are going to froth it. And then our honey we just get from like local farmers, but we do have like, in our area in general, we have a lot of ants, like just in general, because our soil is very acidic. And so the ants like to find the honey, and so we have to put it in these Ziploc bags. I like a lot of honey. Is it noticeable? And then we froth. It's so frothy, I'm gonna die. It is frothed. So then what we're gonna do is we are going to take our coffee. Actually, this still kind of feels a little warm. See, I brewed this morning and I put it in the fridge. It's a little warm, but it'll be fine. It's about room temperature. The ice will take care of it. My favorite part is pouring the oat milk into the coffee. It's so satisfying. You cannot tell me that that was not super satisfying. I think the hard part is you have to get past the foam now to drink the coffee. I'm not complaining. That is amazing. I love this coffee. Now, this coffee is not on the sweeter side. It's more on the coffee side, as coffee should be. I don't like super sweet coffee, so if you do like super sweet coffee, you can always add in another teaspoon of honey, or you can add in an extra little bit of oat milk. It's totally up to you, but I'm just showing you guys how I made it. So you guys saw the recipe. but how I made it is I probably gave it about a little bit more than 1/4 cup of oat milk, and then I put in 1 teaspoon of honey, and then of course the rest of it is coffee. And it's super easy, super delicious. I absolutely love this one. This is my go-to summer coffee, and just every time coffee, you guys see me make it like all the time in all of my what I do in a day life videos. So this is my go-to, my most favorite. It's iconic. I'm gonna drink this and then we're gonna get on to coffee number 2. I am going to be caffeinated today. Okay, my second go-to coffee recipe, according to the original recipe, says you need 1 cup of coffee at room temperature. You need 2 tablespoons of half and half or oat milk, which is what I use. And then this recipe is also calling for simple syrup. So simple syrup, for those who don't know, which, I mean, if you don't know, that was me like last year until my sister showed me. Simple syrup is literally 1 cup of water, a half cup of sugar in a medium saucepan, and then you can put in like your choice of flavoring. So in this case, it would be a half teaspoon of vanilla extract for vanilla syrup. I already have some simple syrup made, so I am not going to make it today because that is a lot of work, but feel free to use this recipe and make your own simple syrup. Again, it's super easy, super easy. And I always prefer using my own simple syrup over like buying the syrup at the grocery store, because that stuff has like high fructose corn syrup in it. It has all that gross stuff. So this way you can actually alter it and you can put in the type of sugar you want, the type of water you want, etc. I usually make my simple syrup out of honey and water, but I do have some of this simple syrup that I've made a couple days ago, and it's usually good in the refrigerator for like 4 or 5 days. So we are going to use that. Okay, so we have our Chobani oat milk, my room temperature coffee, and then we also have my homemade simple syrup. It's in this cute little thing. Ignore that it says English time on it. We know the English don't have time. I'm kidding. That was a complete joke. Don't sue me. I'm not going to make more work for myself by getting another cup to mix stuff in, so we're reusing this one. And then I have a cup of ice. I'm already feeling the effects of the caffeine. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so according to this, it says we want to put in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're not doing that. So what we're doing, oh, there's a cat hair in here. Thanks, Molly. I really appreciate that. First, what we're going to do is we are going to pour the coffee over the ice like so. Kind of similar to what we did in the last one. These two are very similar recipes because they're super simple, which is why I love them. So I apologize if they're not like extravagant, crazy recipes that you would like to experiment with. These are literally just super easy. We are only going to use, so I don't like mine super sweet. So we are only using a half teaspoon of my simple syrup. I'm not really gonna froth this one, I'm just gonna mix it in. All right, and then we pour that over this, like so. And voila, you have another iced latte. This one is also one of my favorites. Obviously, why would I be making it if it wasn't one of my favorites? That is perfect. That is perfection. I think I need a moment. I need a moment. Excuse me. And I'm still attached. Hang on. Hang on. I need a moment. For our final coffee recipe today, this is my most favorite recipe, but it takes a while to make. Like, well, more than these do, and these are really easy. So this one's really easy as well. I just don't have the patience to make it a lot. And also, it's not like the healthiest thing ever, so. But I will say this is probably one of my most favorite caramel macchiato recipes. So it calls for 1 tablespoon of vanilla syrup. You can use your simple syrup that you made in the last one if you want to do that. A half cup of ice cubes. Who measures ice cubes? 1/3 cup of milk. I literally just eyeball it, but whatever. And then 2 shots of espresso or 1/4 cup of coffee. I strongly brewed coffee. I prefer the espresso. It just tastes a lot better. And then 1 tablespoon of caramel sauce. I don't know who measures that. I don't know anyone who measures any of this stuff. As far as I know, people just wing it. But I'm just gonna wing it. So that's what we're doing. So our first task is to make the espresso. I hate doing this, but it's gotta be done. Okay, so some people have espresso machines. I don't have an espresso machine because they're hella expensive and I don't feel like paying all that money. But Hope has an espresso machine. And she says it's actually like saved her a lot of money. Freaking love Hope. She's great. Anyways, so I have a hot plate here. So this goes on top of our burner because we do not have an electric stove. We do have a gas stove. So this goes on top of the burner to keep this from melting. Almost hit myself in the face. So this is my little espresso maker. It comes apart like so. Come apart. So this is the top. This is where the coffee grounds go, or the espresso grounds, and then this is where the water goes. So we fill the water up. You can see it in here. You don't want the water to cover this little hole right here because this is how the pressure is going to get in and it's going to cause it to like espresso. So we fill it just below that line. Then we put the espresso grounds in here. We do that, we screw it back on, we put it on the stovetop, and we wait for it to explode. Okay, so these are our coffee grounds. This is the Starbucks espresso dark roast. Look, I know what's happening with Starbucks, but when I bought this, none of that was happening. So, anyways, I've had this probably for the last year. I've had it for a really long time because I don't make this coffee that often. You guys can obviously find better espresso other places. I do not suggest you go and support Starbucks, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. Also, pro tip, if you keep your coffee grounds and your espresso in the freezer, they last a lot longer. Pro tip. All right, so we just filled, oh, it's cold. Cold, 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 cold. So this is what it looks like. They're just lightly in there. You do not want to pack them down at all. There's water in here. We shall put the grounds in the coffee, in the water. And then we screw the top back on like so. So let's go to the stove. Okay, so we now have our very hot espresso. Probably gonna need a couple seconds to calm down, but this is my favorite part of everything, is getting the glass. Okay, so we are going to start preparing the glass, which means we're going to put ice in it. We're going to put some caramel drizzle around it. It's going to be super cute. I'm excited. I'm excited for this part. Now, some people prefer to put the caramel drizzle in before the ice, because that is me. I prefer the caramel drizzle in before the ice. I don't know why, but it just seems to work better for me personally when I put it in before the ice. Okay, we got our ice, and then we also have our oat milk here, and another mixing glass, so I guess I just did make more work for myself. So anyways, we are going to pour this in. Some people don't like to froth the milk for their caramel macchiatos. I personally do love frothing my milk. I think it just tastes a lot better. Caramel macchiatos tend to be on the sweeter side, so if you did want to add a little bit more syrup, you can do that. I'm just going to add my usual half of teaspoon to my oat milk. Yeesh. That's probably a little bit more than I wanted, but it's okay because I can always add more espresso. It's very strong espresso. It's dark espresso. As if espresso could get any stronger, you can get extra dark espresso. So this thing called for like 1/3 cup. I don't know how much this is going to be. Let me pour it in and see. Okay, that should be perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is what we got. I think that's perfect. And people say they measure out their espresso. You can still see the steam coming off of it. I do not measure out my espresso. I put in as much espresso as I feel like putting in. So let's just see here. It's going to be one strong caramel macchiato. Maybe a little more. I apologize. I realized that my microphone was actually not clipped in for that last clip. So apologies. But anyways, this is our caramel macchiato. I don't have a straw. Usually I like to drink these with a straw so I can mix everything together. But we're just going to drink it straight. Perfection. But I do have a spoon here. This is what heaven might taste like if heaven was made of coffee. I am in love, and it is for that reason that I can only have this like once every couple weeks. Otherwise, I will literally drink myself to death on this because it's 10 times better than Starbucks, and I don't like Dunkin's caramel macchiatos. They make them way too sweet. And you can save a ton of money by just making the coffee yourself. So with all of that being said, those are my 3 favorite coffee recipes. The 2 were super simple recipes, literally just simple syrup or, you know, honey, oat milk, and coffee. Super simple recipes. The last one, of course, is a caramel macchiato. It was a little bit harder to make because it just takes a little more time and you need an espresso machine or a whatever machine that is. I'll put it here if I can find it. I'll also put it all in the description for you. But those are my go-to coffee recipes. So I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I've linked them all below for you guys in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite drink is. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!